Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video let's do the review for this Realme Buds Q, which is sort of a budget range TWS, and the big thing is that this one actually has active noise cancellation, and I'll also show you the app and stuff, and I made a list, so we'll go over all these parameters so that you can get an idea if it's right for you or not. So let's start with the first thing, that is the build and quality of this one, and it comes inside this box. I won't show you. So this is the buds itself, and the entire casing, if you look at it, is made of soft plastic, so it's nice to touch, guys, but this is super slippery. Almost 4 times it has fallen out of my hand, slipped out, so that way you have to be careful. And I like that it's Type-C port, so again you just have one cable. If you're using a modern smartphone, it'll be Type-C, so you can charge with that, and it charges fairly quickly, I would say. And you open it up like this and your buds come out. There's a slight magnetic effect also. If you just put it here, they go back. And if you notice, you have one LED light over here, which is in green. That means it's having sufficient charge. It also changes to orange color if it's low charge. But the battery life has been good. With the case, it should give you about 20 hours with active noise cancellation. And the buds itself should give you approximately about 3.5 to 4 hours based on your usage. This is with ANC. If you shut off ANC, it will be slightly better. But I mostly use it with the ANC and the transparency mode. So that's regarding it. So build is fine, I would say, but it's very slippery. And another thing is that this actually the hinge is not super sturdy. It wobbles a little bit if we press it, so that is something that I have noticed. So I'll just keep this to the side, and let's now talk about comfort, which is a big parameter with these TWS. And guys, as you can see, it has a silicone tip, some extra tips also there in the box, and these are in ear, so you have to put it in your ear and twist it like this. And actually, because of this, they are in here, they provide a seal, so even if you keep ANC off, there is a little bit of seal. With ANC, yes, it just enhances, but guys, in terms of comfort, I would say it will depend. I am a person who simply does not like these in-ear style earphones. It's not just for this one, guys. I even have this is the Samsung Buds Pro. This costs almost 15,000. Sound fabulous, but again, even with this one, after about 50-60 minutes, I get ear fatigue and pains in my ear. So again, if you are okay with these, it will be fine. But if you're not, then yes, after 45-50 minutes, you will feel that sensation of pain. Again, this is a personal thing. I generally prefer these types. The AirPods, for example, even the Nothing earbuds I'm testing, these are just way more comfortable to me. But again, as I've told you, that's a personal preference. So again, if you're okay with this one, they'll be fine. If you're not, it'll be the same discomfort. So want to be very transparent about it. And again, let's move is regarding this one. The big thing about this buds is that Realme claims that this has improved active noise cancellation, and yes, active noise cancellation is there on this one, and it is more impactful compared to earlier, what do you say, ANC that Realme has offered. But guys, if you're just trying to compare it with AirPods Pro or the high-end earphones that cost over 12-14,000, no, yes, they do cut out a little bit of ambient sound. For example, if I wear it, an ANC will switch on automatically. That's the default mode. It just cuts off the AC, that little bit of humming noise and something. So that way it is good. And you can even switch to the transparency mode. For example, if you want to do that, you have to hold both of these for about 2 seconds. And it will say transparency mode. And then it will pipe in other sounds that is happening. So yes, active noise cancellation is there. I won't say it's not there, but guys, let's keep our expectation realistic. If you are expecting it to perform like Samsung Buds Pro or AirPods Pro, then you'll be disappointed. But if you keep your expectations realistic, I would say ANC is good for the price. These are priced for about 2,500. There is an effect of ANC that you are getting. The next thing that I want to talk about is Bluetooth range. And here I have to say, Realme has done an excellent job. The Bluetooth range is very good on this one. It also supports what do you say, Android fast pair. So the moment you open it right now, see, you don't see the Bluetooth icon. If I just open it up, I just take it out, it's connected. as you can see. So the connection is super fast on this one. And in terms of connectivity, I did not have a problem with this one. In fact, I would say the Bluetooth range is above average. In fact, in the same room, no issues at all. Even in the next room, when I went, it was okay. Even in the second room, apart from that, it was okay. Only when I went to the extreme areas of the house, it started disconnecting. So the Bluetooth range is very good. If you just keep it centrally in your house, you can just walk around also, and it will not disconnect. But once if it disconnects, this is a bug that I noticed. When I came back to the Bluetooth range, it only connected to the one earbud. It didn't connect to the second earbud. So that is something that I have noticed. But in terms of regular Bluetooth range, I did not have a problem. And Bluetooth connection is very fast on this one. So that way they have done a good job. So let's talk about the microphone quality, because that's become very important these days. We are taking a lot of calls via phone, even video conferencing stuff and like that. So how is the microphone quality? So what I did is, again guys, for all this microphone quality, I just used this Nord 2 for testing. So I'll show you actually 3 audio clips. The first clip is just with the microphone of the Nord 2. Second is with the using the microphone of this one for same situation, and third is an actual call. So that should give you an idea about the audio quality. This audio is directly from smartphone's microphone. I'm in an area where there's hardly any noise, sort of a soundproof room. But I'll just move out to a little bit area where there is a little bit of sound. Just stepping out. I am again, guys. This is with the smartphone's internal microphone. Now we'll switch to the Realme Buds to see how its microphone does. So guys, now I'm using the Realme Buds, and the audio that you're hearing is via its microphone. Again, in an area where there's hardly any sound, sort of a soundproof area. Now let me just step out, and I'm just going to step out where there is a little bit of ambient sound. So this should give you an idea about the microphone quality while taking calls with the Realme Buds. Do let me know what do you feel about the same. So guys, just gave a call to my wife. Trupti, how do I sound?
Hi Ranjit, sound is good.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I can also hear you very clearly. Now I'm just going to step out a little bit where there is a little bit of noise. So let me know if the audio quality is good from this earphone. So I'm outside. So what do you feel about the audio quality?
I'm getting the surrounding sounds also from you, from your
Okay.
side.
So outside, if I'm there, you're getting a lot of ambient sound.
Lot of, yeah.
Let me just step in inside. Okay. Now,
Okay.
now what do you feel? Is it better?
Yeah, it's better. It's better.
Okay, anyways, thanks for that. So coming to the microphone, as you saw, the microphone quality is actually pretty good in indoor situation. In fact, when I was taking calls here indoor, nobody actually on the other end said that the voice was not clear, or are you using a Bluetooth? That happens a lot if it's not good. That did not happen. But the moment you step out, there is a little bit of sound, etc. I would say the microphone picks up a lot of ambient sound, as my wife was saying. So the noise cancellation simply does not work when you're taking calls. That's what I have seen. But indoors, if you are not in a very noisy environment, the microphone quality was pretty decent. And next thing, if we talk, is again, these days many of the smartphones, for example, this is a Nord 2, does not have a headphone jack. So even for watching videos, YouTube videos and stuff, you might be wearing this one. So what about the lag while you're watching videos and stuff? Here again, I have to say Realme did actually a pretty good job while watching YouTube videos. I also watched some Netflix movies with this one, and there I did not get that lip syncing issue, so it was not annoying. But again, so the latency is low. It is not for watching videos. It was a fine experience. Gaming, if you are that hardcore competitive gamer, you might notice a slight delay. But that is what I have noticed with many of the earphones. If you do hardcore gaming, there is one more gaming mode on that tries to reduce it. But gaming, yes, you'll notice. But other stuff, I was happy with the same. Okay, now let's also talk about the app. For example, you can download the app, and in fact, you should download this app. I'm just going to close this, and as you can see, I'm just going to remove these because active noise cancellation gets activated. So yeah, if you notice, you have first thing is between noise cancellation, normal mode, and transparency. You can switch between them, and with the buds also you can do it. If you just wear it, you can just You can just double tap both of these for about 2 seconds, and it will change to the transparent mode. As you can see, it did it. Now it's piping it. And again, you can hold both of them for 2 seconds. Now it went to the noise cancelling. So you can do that with this one. And I would say I used it mostly in the noise cancellation mode. So it does cut out a bit of sound. Now moving to the sound effects. By default, it's in the dynamic mode. And I would say just leave it on the dynamic mode. I'll come back to this one in the sound section where I talk about the quality of the sound. So you have these only 3 modes over here. And we also have that gaming mode, as I was mentioning. And you can also customize the button. So this is what I like. So you can customize double tap, what happens when you do double tap, triple tap, and individually for the left one and the right one. So that way I would say in terms of customization, they have given us a lot of options. So I like that whenever brand does that. But one thing I'm missing on this one, if the earbuds get lost or something, you don't have a tone that you can play to find it out. So that is something that I was missing on this. They should have just included it, because the earlier day I just kept this one of the birds, it just fell away something, and it took me half an hour to find it. So that is a small nitpicking that I would say. Now let's also talk about the big elephant in the room. That is, how's the sound quality on this one? And for that, I'm going to divide it between the bass, mid-tones, and the high tones, guys. First, let's talk about the bass. And I would definitely say these are bass heavy headphones. The bass is quite a bit elevated on this one, which many of you would like if you like that higher bass. So even in songs which I know don't have that much of a bass, the bass was exaggerated quite a bit on this one. So some of you might like it, but if you're sort of a purist, it will annoy you guys. So I would say the bass is slightly on the excessive side. And now let me talk about the app also here, because we are talking about that, because here you would say you could adjust it. Yes, I'm keeping it on the dynamic, and I feel in the dynamic mode it sounds the best. The bass boost mode, I will not use it, because even in the default mode it's like bass boost for me. And you have this the last mode again. Here it's the bright mode. For example, here, as you can see, we have the bright mode, and you might be questioning me, Ranjit, if you say in the default mode, the bass is really heavy, so why don't you just keep it on the bright tone? If you do that, what I've noticed is the sound becomes tinny. So the best sound signature I got was in the middle, that is in the dynamic. They should have just given a custom button over here where you could have equalized the sound as per your signature. So that is regarding the app. Now, bass, as I've told you, is certainly excessive on this one, as many of you will enjoy, but as if you have listened to higher quality headphones and stuff, you know that when the bass goes really high, it gets slightly muddy in some of the tracks that already has good bass. So that way I felt the bass is there, it's good, but it can get out of control at times. So because of the excessive bass, if I have to rate it, the bass, I would rate it 7 out of 10 in terms of bass. Now coming to the mid-tones and the vocals, here I would say I was happy with that. It was not fatiguing or anything, and even the sound stage is good on this one. So in terms of mid-tones, I'm happy with this one. Considering the price point, I would say I would give it as high as 8.5 out of 10 in terms of mid-tones. But now if you talk about the high tones and the treble, that shimmer or something, here again, I would say this falls down drastically. Again, that's the case with almost every TWS in the budget range. They skimp on the higher tones, higher frequencies and stuff. And that's the case with this one also. And many of you will not notice that. You will be perfectly fine, because that is only evident to you if you are used to higher end headphones. So in terms of the high end sparkle, there it is actually missing a little bit, but considering the price point, I would say it's okay. So overall, considering the price point, guys, as it's about 2,500, certainly these are actually pretty good. The ANC is there, but don't expect miracles. And the battery life was decent on this. Sound quality, again, is pretty good if you like that extra bass. So overall, I would say, considering the price point of this one, certainly they sound pretty good. And considering the features that it has pretty good features. So overall, I would say, I've already wrote it. Overall, I would give it a rating of 7.75 out of 10. And you might ask, some better sounding earphones. For example, yes, if sound quality is your highest concern, then you can have a look at the Oppo Enco W31, which I had reviewed about 6-7 months ago. Those are not in-ear, they're like AirPods or something. Those in terms of sound quality definitely sound better than this one in terms of music's listening experience. But again, that does not have ANC, and they cost about 3,500. So anyways, guys, that was my review of this Realme Buds Q. I'll leave the link of Amazon in the description, so if you are buying from that, use the link. It does help the channel. Anyways, guys, what do you feel about this review? Do let me know. And I'm actually started testing these Nothing earbuds, so I will also be posting the review of this one sometime next week or so. So again, stay tuned to the channel. And guys, if you're still not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.